Welcome to the Panic Button. I'm Nina. Today, I have no idea what we're doing. 7 seconds. Welcome to the Panic Button. I'm Nina.
All right, y'all, it is International Women's Day 2023, so we are here at UT Austin to ask the ladies what it means to be a woman in the modern day, and also if they would feel comfortable sharing their spaces with trans women. Let's go find out. What is it like being a woman in modern day America for you?
There definitely is some like setbacks and challenges, especially like I'm queer, and so I have some like just problems with that, like in like a religious standpoint.
What the fuck did she just say? What? Where the fuck did... She asked you a question that had nothing to do with religion, and you throw religion... Like, she's got some, like, issues. She has some family members who are religious and don't like what she's doing, and she just probably brings that shit up constantly to her friends, and... God.
I guess the way that they were born, I guess, especially if you take into account like trans femme people and like stuff like that. So
I'm actually just working on a project right now. I'm an RTF major, and we actually just made a short film about women's experiences, like just existing in the world. It's called You Should Smile More, and we actually did a whole bit about like how it is to just like exist around like kind of just the kind of entitlement of men and how they make people feel uncomfortable and just like in everyday situations and how that affects women in like their day-to-day lives.
what are some of those things that...
But what if all those men that made you feel uncomfortable just said they're women? Would you still be affected in such a way? Don't think so.
men do that make women feel uncomfortable?
Well, for example, in the film, like the title of the film is You Should Smile More, just these like kind of offhanded sort of like backhanded compliments almost, where it's like it's inherently threatening and telling them like, you know, like you're only valuable because you're pretty, and like they kind of the tone that they use in sort of situations.
I actually identify as non-binary.
No! No! I actually identify as non-binary. Get over yourself! God, it's so gross how narcissistic. Sounds are so vain. You're so vain. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
I have like still identify as a mostly feminine person.
You're gender fluid. Talk to us about, I guess, the modern day version of what being a woman is.
I don't know. I mean, I'm only realize my...
I'm not gonna tell you how it is to be a man, honey. You ever see trans men getting interviewed on what it's like to be a man? Do you? I don't see that a lot.
realize some more gender stuff about myself recently, like in the past few months or so, because before then I identified as a man.
Wow! Am I surprised? No. A few months ago, I identified as a man. And then COVID happened. I went on TikTok a lot and self-reflected because I love myself a lot. But I'm uncomfortable. I think about myself a lot. I make myself crazy. And then I confuse myself because I don't have a mind of my own. I listen to all my friends. And I listen to everyone on TikTok. So after 3 months ago, I realized I think I'm a chick. So I started wearing lipstick. And I went to Target in the girls section. And I bought some clothes. And then I walked outside and said, "Hey world, I'm a woman now."
And most of my life, so I'm still trying to figure things out.
What are your pronouns?
No offense to this person, I'm sure she's lovely.
A little bit about your gender identity.
Pronouns, I guess right now I'm kind of vague about, because I'm not out to like literally like everyone in existence, just kind of certain social spheres. But I guess like any at this point.
Any gender?
Yeah.
So like they, them, she, her,
Yeah,
it, he,
whatever.
him.
Yeah.
You go with anything?
Yeah, I go with anything.
So gender and sexuality is something...
Okay, respect to that. Respect to that. The not a Nazi. The not a pronoun Nazi thing. Ein! You don't know my pronouns! Get it ein!
Is something that has been brought to the forefront a lot for Women's History Month,
Definitely.
International Women's Day. Some women saying that trans women shouldn't be platformed because they're really biological men, especially for Women's History Month. What is your viewpoint on that in the modern day?
I think trans women are women because biological sex is different from gender. So however you choose to present yourself, you are a woman. If you don't even have to have like any sort of gender affirmation surgery.
I think if anyone wants to be a woman, they can. I think just because a trans woman is a woman.
Ah! Do you know what that says? That says you are nothing. You, woman, who says that trans women are women. What you are saying is that you are nothing. Your biology is meaningless. And that anyone can be you. Anyone can be you. Because it's very, very easy to do. You're not special. Some dude could take your place in a second. All he has to do is say, hey, I'm a chick and I'm better. Kick your ass right out. And you'll allow him to do it because you feel bad. And you want to be inclusive. At the detriment of yourself. Are you retarded? Yes.
And I do think we should platform that. They are women.
It's interesting with like biological men going into like becoming a biological woman, and people have an issue with that because at the end of the day they're a woman, you know, like you've become a woman, so now you are in that camp. So I could see why someone might have like issues like, oh, that's not a real woman, but I think that's kind of them not being able to accept the fact that that person has made that choice to become a woman.
Okay, so you're at a bar. Trans woman comes up. She's very passing. He takes a liking to her. They're making out. He feels a boner. Does he stay? Keep making out? Doubt it. You think he'll be like, oh, is that a boner? I'm so happy. No, he's gonna fucking leave. He's gonna be freaked out. But they have to say that. And unfortunately, these men are the beta feminist men of society that become the friends that the girls don't want to fuck, but want to hang out with because they agree with them. They're like girlfriends. But these dudes aren't getting laid. Now I see why men are not getting laid. This.
Do you guys view trans women and biological women the same?
Did you hear that? It was air whistling through their ears because there's nothing inside their head. Nothing. No mind of their own. Somewhere along the line, everyone just stopped thinking for themselves and just started listening to everyone else because it sounded good. And stopped thinking for themselves. No integrity, no backbone, no spine. Easy to control. Very easy to manipulate. And people like, people out there who see them as prey, see that they can take advantage of them, they'll latch onto them because they'll see how weak they are, how they stand for nothing, how easily manipulated they are. And people who speak very, very good can spin their minds and twist them into doing whatever they want, which is why these guys will always end up in the friend zone. Don't be like these men. This is not good. This is no good at all.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Yeah.
Yes, it's like yes. It's like a yes
that's
and
a
no.
trick question, but it's like that's a great question
really
for
is a
conversation.
Well, I mean, I think like the fact that like it's not just it's trans women and biological women kind of already inherently is saying they're different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like if it's like do you view a woman as the same? Even if that question, the answer would be no, because all women are different. Like Rihanna and Beyonce different. Same way, like Caitlyn Jenner and like
Do you think Beyonce and Caitlyn Jenner are similar? Like, would you put them on? Yeah,
they're both women.
In the place of the arts, it's like there's really no room for judgment because like we do like animal work, like we'll crawl on the ground like dogs or like squirrels, and then that like being a squirrel, you can like transition to like being like this like sort of crackhead where you have like this like tick, and it's like I know I'm getting there, but it's like. You're laughing at that, but it's like we have no room to judge because then like some of the best actors out there doing like Robin Williams and Mrs. Doubtfire.
So would you say that a man transitioning to being a woman is the same as an actor pretending to be a squirrel?
See, that's just a crazy ass question.
You said you were.
And that's how you know that they don't believe the bullshit that they're touting. Because even when they're trying to give an example, they speak the quiet part out loud and they give themselves up. Yeah, it is a dude dressing up and presenting as if he is a woman. That is a costume. That is an actor.
Well, what I'm getting at is like not the embarrassment, the judgment on other people of like, this is just, that's what I do. Now, you might not necessarily do squirrel work, but I'll do it because that furthers like my life and my career and everything. And if, transitioning furthers somebody else's life in the way that they want to, then like, that's just what they got to do,
Do you view biological women and trans women the same way?
Oh, no. I mean, yes and no. I mean, I think they should be labeled the same, but I think people should acknowledge that trans women and cis women have different experiences.
I mean, I think if that's what they identify as, then today is a day for them.
Do you think that we should be focused in more on transgender women's voices now in the modern day society and, trying to uplift them more than, let's say, other groups of women in the space? What are your thoughts?
Yes, in a way, because they do go through more.
How do you know? Dude, she literally just said that women don't go through shit in comparison to trans women. You don't know what fucking women go through, apparently. You're probably non-binary. She just shit on all women in that one statement. Because they go through more. Why? Because they have gender dysphoria? Or they say they do? We don't know if they do or not. Because most therapists are affirming. So what? Women don't go through shit? I know a lot of women who went through a lot of fucking fucked up shit, but because everyone's a poor them. We have to feel bad for them? Do we have to pity them? So this is a pity party for trans people? Do they want us to pity them? Poor them?
Ask the trans people in your life if there's a task or something that you can offer them to help with the burden that we're carrying.
Oh, let me wash your car for you. Oh, you go through so much. Meanwhile, there's a shit ton of fucking homeless people. No one gives a shit about them. Okay, where the fuck are we going here, people? Like and subscribe.